remember like reading a story in like 7th grade or something where it's like, so this man is caught having an affair with the princess or something, and she has to tell him to go to 2 doors. Like there's 2 doors. One is a tiger and one is a fair maiden. If he picks the right one, I
take the fair maiden. Done.
But he doesn't know which one it's going to be, so he looks to her and she gives him a sign, and then he picks the door and it stops. It's like which? And it's like what?
Wait, I'm sorry. He looks to who?
He looks to the princess that he was trying to be with.
Uh-huh.
And she tells him a door, and it's like, does she send him off to be with this woman forever,
or to a tiger?
To a tiger to his death? And it was
why
like,
would she send him?
It was like, isn't that interesting? It's like, no, it's a pretty bad story, actually. I mean,
but why would she send him to his death?
Because she loves him and doesn't want him to be with someone else.
Still wouldn't send him to his death.
Right.
It's a pretty extreme.
No, it's just like one of these things where it's just. Like, I get what the point is, but it felt like you could have had a better story for that.
But did they not tell you which...
They never tell you.
Oh, they don't tell you how it ends.
Right, and like that's the idea, and it's like you're in 7th grade, and you're like, oh, there are things we can do with stories. It's like, yeah, but that's a pretty shitty story,
not a very good thing to do with it, yeah.
That's a really bad
way
to...
The story just arbitrarily ended.
Right.
It just ended.
Right.
It's not like interesting. It's not an interesting choice, particularly.
It's more like an actual exercise than a story.
Mm.
It's like, doesn't this illustrate a point? It's like, it does.
Yeah.
And that's about it. It doesn't entertain me or keep me guessing or is written terribly well.
Yeah.
It just is that you talked about.
I feel like that's like twists are like that too. Like twists are cheap in general.
Mm-hmm.
They're just like, of course you could have a twist. Like you could make something crazy in the end.
Mm-hmm.
But then it just makes it cheap because then it's like. Then it like acknowledges that there's an audience, like that I'm an audience,
right?
And it's like, look how I play with my audience, like, but you shouldn't acknowledge the audience. I feel like otherwise it brings you out of it. But I'm kind of a picky asshole when it comes to like tongue-in-cheek stuff or like winking at the audience or fourth wall stuff.
I think that it can depend, and I think that it's harder to pull off than you. You know what I mean? Like I think it was used too much. Like there was a time when it was just like. A lot of people were doing it.
Can be if it's in a good context and a good story, it can be okay. Like I don't know, like in the movie Seven,
right?
That wasn't like a
right.
That was like a more shocking than a twist, but it was still a twist. It was like
I can think of 2 movies that have had
like Usual Suspects has a big twist,
right?
Which they didn't seem to annoying because it was like a twist to the characters too, not just a twist to the audience.
Right.
Whereas like a shitty like Shyamalan movie is just about the audience. It's like hello, look at this audience.
I can think of 2 movies that had twists that I was just like, well, but then by the end of it, I was like, never mind, that was still really great. But I can't obviously tell you what they are.
Why not?
Because then it would give away that there are twists in them.
So you're worried about just saying if a movie has a twist or not?
Yes.
Oh, come on. Give me one. I'll let you keep the other.
I know.
Just saying if a movie has a twist?
Because then it's like...
Do you know how many people are going to listen to this? Like
not
literally
many.
4 people.
Not many. I'll tell you off camera.
All right, just here.
If you cover up your microphone, it doesn't help anything.
All right. You cover up your microphone and do it. All right, do it.
You're just gonna.
I won't say it.
All right.
I might say it. I won't say it. I can hear you.
Yeah, I can tell that. We're just gonna.
Okay, sign it. Sign language. Sign it to me.
I'll just write it down.
No, just sign it. No.
How do you want me to? I don't know.
Use sign language. Come up with your own.
Okay.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, like.
Up. The movie Up has a twist?
No, I've never seen that movie.
Okay. Sky.
You're just gonna say it out loud.
Okay, write it down. Up. He wrote Up.
Jesus Christ. Do you have a pen?
Just write it, and then I'll just look at how your hand moves, and then I'll see what you wrote. No, okay. You can just type it into the phone.
Christ.
This is what happens when we're not playing. We just lose our minds. And here, okay. Type it in there.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, does this have Handsome Cowboy in it?
No.
Oh. What's the one where Handsome Cowboy and what's his name are in South America?
Are you thinking of Perfect Getaway?
Perfect Getaway, maybe.
Yep. I have to go to the bathroom again. I have to recuse myself. As I like to say.
Conflict of interest. Greg's going to recuse himself.
Mm-hmm.
I'm fighting this this gentleman again. And he killed me. And he killed me. I'd love to have that weapon. I really hope the audio this time is going okay. It was a real nightmare. Audacity would add a bunch of clicks and cut out audio as it was going. So we recorded for like an hour and 45 minutes, and it cut out 45 minutes of that audio, but in little bits. So I'd be talking and it would just skip ahead, and also clicks throughout, like clicks through the whole audio. Just a real piece of shit. It's ridiculous. I thought it was like, I bought this soundboard and I was worried that it was a soundboard. But I'm pretty sure it's not. I guess we'll find out. It looks okay in GarageBand. So I like that all these places in Bloodborne and Dark Souls kind of have this. They feel like all the areas kind of feel like they've been lived in like a long time ago, or even very recently, like Anne Orlando and Dark Souls, like paintings on the wall and like beds and stuff. But there's no like real. They don't explicitly tell you what happened to the occupants. I mean, Bloodborne, they tell you a little more than in Dark Souls. Wow, could you be any more disruptive?
I'm sorry.
Wow.
Did I make a lot of noise when I picked up the
Yeah, I was in the middle of an
headset?
intimate moment with our audience.
Fuck off.
And you just...
Fuck off.
But no, in Bloodborne, they kind of say that everyone went crazy and became mutant freaks and ran around and stuff. The people who live in these areas.
Yeah.
I was just talking about what happened to the people who lived in these areas.
Yeah.
In not just this, but in Dark Souls and stuff too.
Yeah.
Dark Souls is much less of an explanation.
Yeah.
But where those people are that used to live.
The occupants.
The occupants.
Yeah.
Of, what's it called? New Lando?
Yeah, New Lando Ruins is, well, I guess it'd be New
What was
Lando
the whole
at
area,
that point.
though? Like the whole... Dark Souls has like a name for its land.
Lordland?
Yeah, Lord...
Or was it... No, Lordland I think is...
Lord.
No, I think Lordland is the second one. What is the first one?
This is taxing.
Yeah.
Let me look it up.
Goog it.
Goog, question. Name of Dark Souls world. It's known as...
Yeah. Yeah. Keep at it, doggy.
I'm working on it. Plot? Listen, I'm having trouble finding it. So
Boy.
it's a lot to read. It's a wall of text. Yeah. I don't know. Listen, I'll get to it. I'll look it up and then I'll add it in.
Will you?
Okay, when I edit this episode, I'll add it in right here.
It's Lordland.
No, I was going to do it.
Or Lordran.
Lordran. Okay.
Lordran is the setting of Dark Souls.
Okay. I was really looking forward to looking it up later and adding in my voice saying, Lordran.
Well, you can still do that.
All right, do it now, Matt. Go.
Lordran.
Thank you.
He's great.
Yeah.
I like that.
I like Future Matt. Yeah.
Future Matt's so very interesting. He has so many things that he knows about that even I don't know about.
Tell me about it. I wish he would let me in on some of his secrets.
Maybe he will if you ever catch up to him.
I remember a long time ago we recorded a Let's Play of Mega Man. And Mega Man 2. And at one point I glitched through a block. And you didn't see it. You were looking down at your phone or something.
Right.
Just during that glitch. And when you look back up, I said, well, I want to record your reaction to it. I want you to see it, and I want to record your reaction to it later when we edit it.
Yeah.
And I did. And I was like, well, leave a space here for your reaction. And then your reaction was, I liked that it looked like he was dancing.
That's what I said.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. I guess the way he glitched through.
Yeah, no, I mean, it makes sense.
Yeah, little Mega Man.
We sat down and we got through 4 or 5 of those.
5.
We got through 5 of those in one sitting?
Yeah, we did 5 Mega Men in one day when the Legacy Collection came out.
Yep.
So, great achievement for
men
of our age.
I didn't think we would get that far, in all honesty.
Yeah, me neither.
Yes, men of a certain age.
Men of a certain age.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's because we didn't expect to get that far. That's why we went that far. You know?
Mm-hmm.
We didn't know it was impossible.
Yep. That's right. Just like the inventors.
Oh, I killed this guy second time. So
yeah,
he's
you
dead
got
twice.
him there.
Okay. Now I'm just kind of
That's
deliberating.
2
In
apparitions.
the original recording, you went to the bathroom now. And so I'm just kind of wandering around, speaking to the microphone, not really sure how to get back to the lamp.
I remember suggesting you just use a bold hunter mark.
But that was after you come back. That's like a little later, because I'm still fighting these guys.
It's a lot of work.
Yeah, it's a mess.
It's a lot of work here.
And I was, because this guy's a dud, this thing.
Oh, yeah.
It doesn't have one in him, and I was really, I wouldn't say angry, but I was perturbed. Just annoyed. I feel like it's breaking its own rules by having dud guys. Oof.
Way to go.
Yeah, that was great, wasn't it? And real soon is when I end up just kind of just fighting.
Oh, yeah,
my way
when you
through.
just end up in there.
I just end up there and then just end up killing them all just by just pure adrenaline. Like, fuck it. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it.
Boom. Boom.
Do it. Nice. You asshole.
You asshole.
Oh, this son of a bitch.
Yeah. Bam. 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 I really hate that last hit does nothing.
Yeah.
Every time it's just like, there's no damage from that.
Don't worry about it.
It's like, then why animate it? But I mean, people make mistakes all the time.
Parker, brilliant but lazy.
What is that from?
Spider-Man.
That's right.
2, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Parker, brilliant but lazy.
And what's funny about that is he's Superman, so he can't be lazy. Is that what the...
Who?
Or he's Spider-Man, so it can't be?
I think he was lazy in school because he wasn't doing well in school because he was focused on being Spider-Man or something. I wouldn't call it laziness, yeah.
Right. I am torn as to whether or not to actually see this Batman v Superman movie.
Yeah, I kind of want to just because it's
I
so
kind of want to, because yeah, it seems like it's
like
going to be as
it's
ridiculous.
2 hours and 70
40
minutes.
minutes,
40 minutes.
Something crazy.
And apparently it's packed full of just shit. Just all sorts of nonsense.
Really, the limiting factor for me is I just don't want to have to pay the money. And I thought about going this Saturday early in the morning, but I realized that I don't really want it. I think I'd rather just...
get up early and go see a shitty long movie.
I think I'd rather just read or something.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Like actually enjoy my time.
Well,
I
then
mean,
I guess there's no...
it.
Don't do it then. If you're worried about not enjoying your time, then don't do that.
Right.
just don't see it.
Mm-hmm. There's a part of me that feels like if you're going to see it in the theater. But then I realize I don't fucking give a shit anymore, really.
I feel like you never gave a shit.
I saw the first one because I figured why not.
The Man of Steel?
Yeah, I always see Zack Snyder in the theater because, as I said while watching Sucker Punch, no one can make a movie like this idiot.
Yeah. Zack Snyder is the best idiot.
He's one of our best bold choice makers.
Yeah. He's an auteur. You know
Definitely.
What I mean? He does what Zack Snyder... Zack Snyder does what Zack Snyder does.
Yep.
He does it... There's no one that does a better Zack
so
Snyder.
Uniquely.
No one does a better Zack Snyder than Zack Snyder.
Exactly.
He
just prance around like a
brilliant. He's a brilliant turd, you know.
Mm-hmm. We may be actually approaching our
perigee.
Perigee?
Yeah.
I think this might be the point at which
Our perigee.
where we recognize that
the audio's completely fucked.
Yeah.
I think it's close, yeah, because we never actually descended into the caves. We were about
to.
And
then we stopped.
You checked it or something, and we realized
that we
were in some serious trouble.
Issues.
Yeah. Which, I mean, currently I'm happy. I'm happy because I'm a little exhausted.
No, I mean, I kind of need this to stop.
Yeah.
I have work in the morning.
There's apogee and there's perigee, but I don't know what the difference is.
I don't even.
Is that like? I feel like it's an orbital thing.
Sure.
And if it's an elliptical orbit, if you're at the apogee, it means you're at like the thinner, the top thin part, you know, like the part where.
Oh, I see.
And perigee is like the wide or middle or something. I think I could be completely making this up.
Uh-huh.
Oh yeah, and then this rickety bridge. Which
Oh, yeah.
No one has ever crossed before. Neither of us.
Because we talked about this.
The lightning man.
Uh-huh. Nice hat.
That weapon I have is so good.
It's a really good weapon. It's much better than your hammer.
Jeez, yeah. It's so much faster too.
Yep.
I'm normally fine with a slow weapon. That's totally fine. But the slow weapon has to be good.
Mm-hmm.
If it's slow, it's fine. It has to be good too.
Yep.
The hammer is like the Aerosmith of weapons. You know what I mean?
You can go into it.
I actually can't think of why it's like the Aerosmith.
Yeah, that's
of weapons.
fine.
It's just something I don't want.
Yep. Yeah, and I'm pretty sure that this is the moment where.
Yeah.
Yep. So we've done it.
Yeah. So thank you for sticking with us.
Thanks for being here with us on the second recording of this.
Yeah, and before we sign off, I want to point out that I did change outfits. We actually and we got a new hat too. A bandage.
Yep.
It's like I'm in a hospital.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm happy with this look.
Yeah, I think you look great.
And at that, we'll sign off.
Yeah.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you for being here with us.
See you soon.
Bye.